Hello, I'm Michael Freedman from Innovations in Wallcovering. I'm the Vice President of Sales, and I've worked for Innovations for 21 years. We're not very demanding.
You were 5 when you started.
Of course.
It's Christopher Grubb. I'm here with the House Tipster team at NEOCON. What's exciting about NEOCON, it is known as a commercial show, but the building is full of residential design offices and showrooms as well. Your showroom looks terrific.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
It looks really, really beautiful.
The wall covering is still wet.
Wall covering still being hung up.
Yes, exactly.
We do residential, commercial. We
Yes.
use a lot of your product in residential. How do you design? What do you think about when you're creating the product and launching the new product?
I think what makes Innovations is it's about bringing the concept to reality. We don't really look at markets and say, hey, we should have this product for residential, we should have this product for corporate. We just make cool stuff.
Well, one of the most innovative things you have is the wall covering that's out of magazines.
Yes, that's a fun product. We've been making that for about 6 or 7 years. It's a hand-woven wall covering where we take magazines, we put it over a recycled paperboard, and then we weave it by hand. It's actually still a very popular product.
What's new for the show? What are you excited about to introduce and for us to see?
So this collection is actually, it's man-made versus nature. It's kind of the friction between the two. So we have a lot of man-made materials, sort of like future fabrics, more ballistic types of wall covering, married with more natural images. And we've done some really, using new technologies that we've never used before, like laser cutting. Cool. We're doing a lot of large-scale patterns. We're doing some traditional patterns, but we're kind of giving a look like it's kind of a decayed wall or like a decoupage wall. So we're using a lot of colors that are very fashion forward. I mean, and I think some of the patterns that we have now are kind of looking back to the 80s, and obviously we follow fashion a lot, so.
It's interesting because you're like the 4th designer we've interviewed that talked about 80s, that this retro 80s is coming in, and it's really fascinating to hear as a designer, like, I need to catch up, I think, with that. I lived through it, so I don't know if I want to catch up with it again. We talked a little bit about, I use a lot of vinyl wall covering in my residential projects because of the durability. When did you see that start to happen?
We weren't seeing much residential use of vinyl wall covering prior to 5 years ago, and now it's like probably 30 or 40% of our orders are vinyl. Right. And a couple different reasons, I think. Number one, we've actually taken more of the harmful pollutants out of the vinyl, which is great. And number two, I think the younger generation of people who are having children, they want a more demanding wall covering, one that you can scrub and clean, and you know.
Well, that's one reason I started using it about 5 years ago, is the amount of children and the indoor-outdoor living, and that, you know, if you live in California, it hides cracks in your drywall after an earthquake. Sure. So it's very smart. I really think you need to consider an investment because it is a little more expensive than wallpaper, but the longevity and durability you get out of it, I like. So where can people find more information on you?
All of our products are sold to the trades. So you need to work with your licensed interior designer or architect, and they'll buy from Innovations.
Terrific, and definitely look at the website. Talk to your designer. Your designer can get you samples as well.
Absolutely.
So if you see something online, talk to a local designer and they'll get you samples. Call me.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for making the time. Good to see you.
It's good to see you.